morning from Discover Real Estate. I'm videoing the drive to Pacific Marlin to the oceanfront house. We're right outside the Palais right now. So I'll start the video from here. And we'll do the kilometers too. So I just hit the kilometer button to set it to 0. So you can see how close it is. We're going to turn left here onto what's called the Chocolata Road. And now we're going past the Alcaldía here on the left. This is the government offices, the Alcaldía, where you pay your property taxes. This is the community center here, and across the street is the new police station. And also with the community center, they have a child daycare. So, and the fire station there, and a school across the street here. So there's a lot right here in the very beginning of this part of the road. And up here on the right, this is the road to take you to the new hospital, which sits back there. You can't really see it from here very well, but that's where the new hospital is. And another nice thing, this road has street lights all along it, so it's a little safer at night that way, because there are horse and cow pastures on both sides of the road, and sometimes the cows and horses get out. But I love this drive in this area because of all the big trees. It's just really pretty. To me, they look like Jurassic Park, and I want to know where the dinosaurs are. So to climb trees when I was a kid. I wish I could climb those, but not now. I'm too old for that stuff. And up here on the right, this is where you take the new road to go to Tree Casa. It goes up and around. So this is the new road to Tree Casa there. Is a little development called Condos. They've got 7 lots for sale in there still, and they have a community pool here. And then just past it is La Talangera townhouses or La Talangera condos, or La Talangera Plaza. So it's all shops on the first floor, and then the second and third floor are condos that are privately owned. Right up here is where the paved part of the road ends. You can see we're 8 kilometers to Madeiras, and 9 to Mahagual, and 12 to Marsella. That's not right. Marsella should be closer than Madeiras. So, but unless I read the sign wrong, maybe. But here we're going to turn left into La Talangera. This is just on the other side of the river. And we'll take the road that goes behind the beachfront houses today. So you can get a few glimpses of the beachfront here. All the nice houses that are along this section. And on this part of the road too, there are 2 public beach accesses. Here is one of them. You can go down there and access the beach. Ricardo's driving today. Hey! Hi. So I broke my toe. So I could probably drive, but drive and video with a broken toe, I don't want to take that chance. So we're, and he was available, so today I'll have a chauffeur. But this is very nice. A lot of these homes here, this one up here with the green and white is owned by the Pellis family. There's several Pellis families, members that own in this area, and they own Florida Canyon Rum and Antonia Beer. Do they own Victoria too, Ricardo? Yeah, they own Victoria Beer too, so they own all that. And here is the other public beach access. So you can come, and there's 2 places here where you can get out to the beach. So up there's the statue of Jesus, so we're heading towards Pacific Marlin. And if we continued straight on this road, we would go to La Talangera condos, which are the 7-story building at the very end of the beach, on the north end of the beach. This here is Elementos, which was a nice bed and breakfast, but right now they have the whole house rented out long term while they're in the US. And up here we'll turn left, so, and this will take us up the hill to Pacific Marlin. And as usual, the street dogs are just running around. They own the street. It's their street, not our street. So here on the right is a hotel owned by the Casa Group. So they own several different buildings and little hotels and stuff around. So it's Hotel Pacifico, but they bought it and it's run by their group now. This is the original entrance into Pacific Marlin, and the guard gate used to be here. So there used to be a guard here. However, these houses in the first part of Pacific Marlin were built and sold and built before the HOA was started. So they didn't want to pay the HOA fees, so they just moved the gate up to the top. And everybody's happy with that, so it's not a problem. They didn't feel like they were benefiting from having to go through a guarded gate at the bottom there. I sold this house here to Michael 2 years ago, and he is really having a nice time living in his house. The views from up here are really pretty. You got really nice houses all along here. I'll sneak over and get a little view for you there. So this hill, a lot of people walk just for exercise. And that also works good not having the guard at the bottom and a closed gate, so it makes it more available for people to come up. And there's 2 gates here, one to the left and one to the right, to the 2 different sides of the development. The guard knows me. Hola! Everybody knows me. So we're going to the left part of the development. Up there's the back of Jesus. So people come up here. Sometimes they just walk to the top of the hill. Other times they come up and they walk all the way up these steps, or the very, very steep street here, and they go up to Jesus. And from up here you have views all the way north. So really pretty. This big white house up here on the left is owned by Roberto Rivas. He bought it several years ago. It was much smaller then, maybe less than a quarter of a size that it is now. So he's remodeled and added on and added on, and he bought the property across the street too and remodeled and added on to it also. So here after the house we turn right in front of a new development within the development called La Jolla. Big speed bump there, so I have to go slow. And they're working on another house up here, so they're building another project. There's the 2 houses up on top of the hill there. I think there's 1 or 2 more lots available up there. To the left here you have the entrance into La Jolla. So here's the gated entrance down into La Jolla. So just below here I have another house for sale called Layton's House. It's a very modern house, 3 bedrooms and a pool. They have a piano in the living room that's part of the sale too. And there's, right now we're below the 2 houses that were up on the hill there. So this house on the right has recently been finished. So So it's a very new house. And they're still working, it looks like, a little bit. So now we're going down to Anna's house. The house is at the very bottom of the hill, so it's the very last house on the road, which means you don't have any drive-by traffic. So it's very private, which is really nice. There's a nice big house up there, and there's beautiful modern houses along here. Is the house directly in front of us. So I asked that the gates be open this morning so I could drive right in, because my broken toe, I didn't feel like walking on a hill. So now that we are at the house, I will start a new video.